Hey, just wanted to record a short video here on something that I've was thinking about today. Actually, I'm working on it today. So someone in my family, they have a car, and basically it's starting to get cold out. I think it was like 20 degrees this morning. They started the car and it worked. They went inside, let it warm up. They came back out, and the car basically didn't have any electricity. Like it was still running for some reason. I thought when you lose power to a car, it doesn't run, but it was still running. But like all the electronics and stuff shut off. Um, Anyways, the solution was basically like I looked at the engine. I was like, oh, there's some other stuff that they need to do to fix like the car long term. But basically, a new battery would fix the problem. And immediately, I realized the difference in thinking. Hold on, let me come over here and get this piece of paper so I can accurately describe these prices. I realized the difference in thinking between how I would solve the problem and how they want to solve the problem. And not necessarily that this is a good thing or a bad thing, it's just how we solve problems differently. So the first thing I did was look up how much a new battery costs, and I was mentioning to them it was going to be anywhere between $190 and $230, and that's a lot of money for a battery. But these were the higher priced batteries that whenever you buy them, you know they're going to last for maybe 5 years. Like they're going to be good batteries, maybe even past five. I've had batteries last past five. But they're gonna be good batteries, like they're quality batteries, and if they fail on year three, you can bring them in and get a new battery, and that's like a really good deal. But the first thing they said was, why don't you check at Walmart? They have much cheaper prices. And so I went and looked at Walmart, and the prices are much cheaper. There's a $58 battery. It has a 1 year warranty, and it's not gonna last very long. There's also another $120 battery that has a 3 year warranty. Like if it fails, you bring it in and they'll give you a new one. And so I was just thinking, like right off the top of my head, I was like, I was going for paying for the more expensive battery because it would probably be a better battery and it would last longer, so we don't have to deal with this problem in like another year when it gets cold again. And they were thinking, how can I solve this problem with the least amount of money possible? And so if you look at the root cause of each one of those decisions, I was like, how can we not deal with this problem again? And they were like, how can we solve this problem now so then I can like continue with my life? And I was thinking about the same thing. When I went and looked at their car, what I realized was there's a few other things wrong, like the connection from like the air box into like the engine. There's like a tube that goes from the air filter to the engine. It was cracked. So basically, there was air that was unfiltered that was going into the engine. And I explained to them, I was like, this isn't going to be an initial problem, but if you run this for a few 10,000 miles, like you're going to probably start getting gunk in there that's not supposed to be in there, especially if it's like smoky or you start getting leaves or something in there. It's not going to be good for the engine. So like you need to fix it. And I checked the oil. I was like, oh, the oil definitely needs changed as well. And it goes back to like, I kind of understand their style of thinking to where I was like, what do I need to do to this car now so that for the next like 5 years I don't have to touch it? And they were thinking like, what do I got to do to this car now so I can drive it tomorrow? And I understand like we're coming from different perspectives. I made a lot of money this year, so like buying a $230 battery is like back on my mind. Like if we buy the battery and it fixes it for a couple years, I understand why we have different perspectives. And they are a teacher, so as a teacher, they don't make as much. So it was a big deal to go from a $120 battery to a $210 battery. But I was just noticing the difference in thought processes and how we arrived to those thought processes on the problem that we were trying to solve. For example, I was trying to ensure that the car would continue running for the next like 4 to 5 years, and they were trying to ensure that tomorrow when they started the car, they could go to work. And the difference of those problems that each one of us is trying to solve results in a different outcome. And I was just thinking about this. I don't know if it's a good thing. I don't know if it's a bad thing, but it's definitely something that I think differently about other people. And there are other people in my life, I almost named one, but I'm not going to, that do the same thing, that they're trying to solve the initial problem, and then they just go on with life and it pops up again, they solve it again. And whereas me, I go, if I'm going to deal with this problem every year, what can I do so I don't have to deal with it every year? What can I do with it so that I can solve it now and then not deal with it for 5 years? Actually, a couple years ago, I made a video. Let me see if I can get my sock up here. I made a video about why I bought like 72 socks. I think it was like a bunch of socks. And the reason was every time like socks just kept disappearing. And I was like, I hate dealing with these socks that just keep disappearing. Like I got to buy another 6-pack or another 12-pack of socks and put them on. And then a couple months will go by and then I need to buy more socks. And so what I did is I just bought 72 socks, which is a ton of socks. Like it fills up a sock drawer. And I still don't run out. Like, it's been like 5 years probably since I made that video, and I'm finally having to buy some more socks. And so maybe this time I'll buy 140 socks or something like that. But it's just something I was thinking about that in terms of this stuff, it's like the difference there's a different way to think about these problems, and you'll get different results based on how you solve them. And it comes from different perspectives, so I can't judge. And I've been there as well, where you're like, I don't have $120 for a battery. But I just wanted to make a video. I just wanted to make a video about this and kind of note it. I'll talk to you guys later. Maybe I'll watch this video in the future and realize that I said something interesting, or maybe I understood the perspectives a little bit more. But I'll see you guys later. Just wanted to get this on video.